Well, hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning somewhere out there in the world. This is Real Talk with E.V.E. Buenas tardes, mi gente. And of course, this may be a little bilingual today, and we have an amazing guest coming back because you just have so much information to share with us that I just had to bring her back, and that's Norma Zambrano, the financial makeover expert. Así es que I'm going to bring her up in just a second. And I want to thank all of you for joining me here on Real Talk with EVE. This is Real Talk about real issues with real people. And this is a solution based program. And I hope that you really enjoyed all the interviews that I've had, that you share this show with your loved ones, with your business partners. With whomever. This is live actually on LinkedIn on my YouTube channel, Eve Gomez, and also on two Facebook pages, and that's my public page, Eve Gomez, and my business, Ethereal Lifestyle. And for those of you that love to or want to get information to be featured on the magazine, Ethereal Lifestyle Magazine, hit me up, put a message here, and we'll get back to you. And of course, we're going to get right into it for instance of time. We are busy people, busy women doing things, shaking and baking. And of course, Norma Zambrano is busy as well. So she is like coming up right now. Hola, hola, hermosa. How are you?
It's so good to see you again, Eve. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
How is this new year treating you?
Oh, it's treating me as best as I allow it. So it is awesome.
Excellent.
And,
Thank you for having me.
and Happy New Year. Have I seen you since last year? Just thinking about it, like,
Seems like a long time ago.
right. It's just last year. Wow. And can you believe the middle of the month is already gone?
Amazing.
Se va volando. It goes flying. It goes flying. And with that, my people, this is something that we really need to think about. We really need to feel it in our heart. And how are we going to manage this year compared to last year? We often talk about success. Although success may look different from Norma, from me, what it looks like for you, right? But what we learn, what do we do with it? We have to be intentional. ¿Verdad que sí, Norma?
Yes, for sure.
We have to
Intentionality
be,
is
yeah, intentionality is so important. And so we're going to talk about the word, or my word. Norma has her word, but of course, you guys know that she's going to talk about finances, because why? She is the financial makeover. And I'm going to give you her information. Look her up. Let her know that you saw her here on Real Talk with EVE. And I don't know what she's going to give you, what she's going to offer, but I do know that what she has in her, you need. You need. We don't all know everything. I don't. And it says, hang around the people that know different things, but that are also successful, or that are even more successful than you, so that you can become that. Be around the people you want to be. Mira, Norma, I'm around millionaires and billionaires. I don't know about you. you know, that's what you're going to do. Be intentional even about who you go visit or the meetings you make. Intentionality is so important. So Norma asked me earlier, what's my word? Well, my word of intentionality is excellence. Do you know why, Norma? Why excellence? Because we've been doing slappy. We've been doing half complete things. Well, half complete. It's not even complete. And excellence, for me as a believer, God likes things decent and in order, and he loves excellence. I'm not saying perfect, because he is not. He is the only one that's perfect. He made us in his perfect image, but we are not perfect. We fail, we fall, we get right back up. And that's the thing. In excellence, we have to keep working at it and keep working at it and keep working at it until you've mastered it. To me, that's showing that's excellence. And to be happy about it and to be proud about it and lift your chest up and fix that crown, because we are kings and queens. Okay. I'm talking to kings too, not just queens, even though the women are like taking over. I don't know, hombres. We're kind of taking over. So, I can do all the talking, but real talk, I'm going to allow my guest, my beautiful guest, to say what her word of intentionality is for 2023, which, by the way, new beginnings. That's what 23 means. Read Psalm 23 and tell me what that is all about. Anyway, welcome once again, Norma. I appreciate you as busy as you are. You know, it makes and shakes it, and we're always doing things for something good for someone else.
Thank you so much for having me. And yes, before we go into my word of intentionality, I just wanted to remind your listeners who I am and what I do. Yes, my name is Norma Zambrano, and today I'm greeting you from Chicago. But I
Oh,
travel,
okay. You were just in Florida.
travel all over
Yeah.
the world helping people improve their financial literacy, um, giving financial education, and improving their lives really in every area. Because I find, Eve, that when your mental or emotional or spiritual state is not optimal, your finances are not good. And the opposite is true. When your financial situation is not good, you're stressed, you can't think right, you make the wrong decisions. So my word of intentionality has to do a lot my with what I do for a living. I'm not sure if I shared this with you, but I've been connected to the John Maxwell team for several years, and
Mhm.
they always encourage us to have a word of intentionality. And I remember the first time I did it, it was in December of 2019 when I first picked my word. And I picked disruptive.
I remember.
But
I remember.
you remember that? Okay. So 2020 was a disruptive year for all of us,
Yes,
right?
it was.
I had no idea it was going to be that way. We reflect on this in December before the year starts, and my feeling was that it was going to be a year of disruption, that it was going to take my business and me personally to another level, and it did because it got me closer to God because of what
Yeah.
happened in 2020. And then that year, the end of that year, I picked my next word, and for me it was growth.
Mm.
And I believe all of us grew so much because of our experiences. We discovered that we could do other things. Many people recreated,
Yep. Yep.
changed, transitioned to another line of work.
Hmm.
They found out how creative they were with their hands and or other things they could do, and there was a lot of growth, and that was my worth. And then at the end of that year, the end of 2021, I picked a word for intentionality for last year, and my word was alignment. And
Mm.
my focus was to align with organizations, with individuals and companies that share the same values that I do, that want to add value to other people, that want to improve their lives, that want to give instead of just take in. And so, to me, the word of intentionality for every year is very important because there are three things that the word does for us. First, it keeps us focused on what we want to accomplish. It just keeps us focused.
Mhm.
It also connects us to the right people and keeps us in unity with those people. You mentioned, who are you hanging out with? You become the average of the five people you hang out with. So
Yeah.
you wanna be connected and united to the right people, right? And then the third thing is the intentionality. You just become intentional. So those things. So here's my word for this year.
A ver, drum roll.
¡Tarararararán! Necesitamos los efectos, ¿no?
Sí, ¿verdad? Sí, sí, sí. Vamos, vamos.
So my word is expansion.
Mm.
My business is expanding. My several opportunities that are coming my way are making just a way, and there are opening doors. Doors are opening, more doors are opening, if that's even possible, Eve. And you know what I mean, right? I recently heard a message that stated, you know, we're busy people, but when you find something good, you make time for that.
Yes,
You
yes.
there's no such thing as work-life balance, you know, but you make time for that very important thing. Why?
Hmm.
If it's going to improve people's lives, if it's going to create opportunities, you do it. So
Hmm.
that's my word for this year. What do you think?
I like it. And that's exactly what's going to happen because you speak those things that are not as though they were. We speak it into existence. And each word that you've picked every year, I'm sure you've seen where that word aligned with what took place in that year, right? And the
Yes.
disruptive word, people look at it as a negative thing, but it really wasn't.
Mm-mm.
It stretched us to the tune of doing things that we never thought we could. I mean, who would have thought that banks closed down and they're all working from home? Who would have thought that court cases, judges, attorneys, interpreters, we would be working from home via virtual? We never thought that we were going to do that. And here we are. And what that shows is that where there's a will, there's a way. But we got to keep moving forward, no matter the pace, as long as we keep moving forward. And this year, with expansion comes revenue, comes profit, comes prosperity, right? And here's our financial expert. We got to know what to do
You know
with
what? And I
prosperity.
love it because we're getting ready for convention for our affiliated company that helps us to help people with the financial makeover. And one of the new products that they're going to launch
Mhm.
is called Fire Your Landlord. And what that means,
Oh,
we're going to help people get into their new homes. And if their credit, and you know, we help people with their credit, right? But if their credit, sometimes these processes take a long time because
mhm, mhm.
there are rules, there are regulations. The credit bureaus have 30 to 45 days to respond to a dispute letter or an inquiry from people. And so sometimes, depending on how fast people respond and take action, the process could take 4, 6, 8 months. It depends on the person. But if that person is renting and for 36 months they're paying on time and they show, the investors may be able to provide private financing if their credit is not yet correct or where they want it for the different programs that are available. With our collaborators, we always refer people to realtors. So anybody that wants to partner with us, let us know. We're always looking for new partners. There are so many companies out there with different programs. We want to offer that to everyone, right?
Mhm,
And
mhm.
so that I'm excited to hear just more information about that. Fire
Yeah,
your landlord. That's going
fire
to allow
your
us to
landlord.
expand. It's going to allow us to expand more. And we're doing this throughout the nation, including Guam, Puerto Rico, Hawaii. So keep that in mind. But that's one of the
Good to
programs that
know.
is going to be helping us expand. So,
Wow.
mhm.
That is good to know. That is good to know. What other services are you offering, and what's the name of your company, if you can mention that?
Yes, the company that we're talking about is MWR, Make Well Real. And the focus of this company is really to help us all pay less in taxes. A lot of
Oh, we
people
like that.
think, yes, a lot of people think that the greatest expense is the rent or their mortgage. And it's actually the taxes that we pay. And sometimes people are double taxed on money they earn. So the company's focus is to help people understand how to pay less taxes, how to save as much as possible, how to invest what you save properly. And that's where we have experts like Eve helping, helping people with the protection for the families and or the appropriate investment, right? We help people with their credit. Again, credit is our business card, Eve.
Yeah.
You want to be in the 800 club. You
Come
want
on, let's do it. Let's work on that 800.
and
Some people say, well, I'm only at 500. How can I even go there? How can I do that? Well, that's why the financial expert is here. So she can show you how.
not
And
only
if
that,
you're under 580 or less, you got some working to do. But how often do we do it on our own? We get lazy, we get complacent, we don't have time, we have kids. Now everything else, life has happened and our score hasn't improved. But we keep paying interest on top of interest on top of interest on the cars, the car note, the credit cards, the loans, your mortgage. Why? Because you will take whatever they offer no matter what because your score is low. How about take 3 to 6 months, right? I don't know how long it takes, Normita, but how about take 3 to 6 months to fix that up, work it out, and you will save thousands of dollars by waiting. I think it's worth it. What do you think?
it is so worth it. I've known people that have done it themselves. They have taken the time to do it themselves, and it's possible. My friend, I'll mention her name, Glenda. She shared with me that years ago she did it herself. I think it took her 2 or 3 years. Now, when you hire experts, when you hire companies that are doing it, it could take a few months. So that's the difference, right? And then you have access to certified IRS representatives that can answer questions that you might have. You might owe back taxes. You might need help negotiating with the IRS. You might want to have your last 3 years of tax returns reviewed to make sure you didn't overpay. You want to have a tool to eliminate debt faster,
Hmm.
making the same payment. And this, I heard this in a few months ago. Was it in September? uh $50,000 in credit debt was eliminated in 14 months
What?
with a strategy that was placed for this, for was given to this person. I mean, it, when you pay earlier or faster, you save so much in finance charge, right? And that's what you want. So there are so many tools that we offer to help people to improve that area that is so important, like
Hmm.
I said. So very, very, very important. Debt elimination is so important. So that those are the some of the things that we use to give people a total makeover.
Wow. So let me ask you, what about those that don't have a score? Let's just say students right out of college, they get married. Now they want to buy a house or a car, but they don't have any credit because they weren't paying anything a month per month. Or maybe their parent was smart enough to put them at least on the utility bill, but that doesn't show up on the credit report either. Can you guys help someone like that?
Definitely, definitely. We can help people
Oh.
who need to restore their credit. We are not a credit repair company. We are not a credit repair company. We help people with financial education and with tools that they can utilize to restore their credit, to dispute things that may be disputable. Not everything could be, but we have to analyze their credit. But for those people that don't have any credit, and we find that very common in our community, in the Latino community. We tend to pay things in cash or put it
Mhm.
under the colchón, no?
Under the mattress, see,
Arriba.
mattress money.
So we definitely have some ideas, some suggestions for them, some tools. There is a secure loan that immediately starts to report to the 3 credit bureaus. And it's like I treat it as a savings. So you deposit $25. I think that's the minimum. I know that's the minimum. $25 a month at the end of the year or 2 years or however you want it, you get your money back. But in the meantime, that is being reported to the 3 credit bureaus or a secure credit card. We also depending on the age of the person. um, it could be a minor, right? It could be if you want to help your child, maybe you can add them as an authorized signer to your credit card. Now we need to make sure that that credit card is in good standing.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not utilizing more than 30% on your line of credit. There are certain things that we need to look at to make sure that it's going to help that person by adding them to the credit card as an authorized signer. So different factors, different things. We have to do an analysis for sure.
Yeah, and I'd like to bring you back so we can talk about the factors or what the credit bureaus use to raise your score or lower your score. And I know that when I was a mortgage consultant, I would tell them when I look at their credit report and their car loan was way above, right? Their debt to income ratio, that amount raised it. I would tell them, you're driving your house. Either pay down your balance or refinance it in somebody else's name to get rid of that payment because it's too high. And it shows that you owe too much, you're at a high risk. So your credit score was not high. So as you're paying down, you mentioned 30%. So you're saying we should not go above and beyond the credit limit of our credit cards because what does that do? Does that affect the score?
It's yes, it's 30% of the formula. So your credit score could be 300 up to 850. You want it as closer to 800 as possible. I mean, even 700 is considered very good credit. And yes, we can definitely talk about the formula, but 30% of that formula has to do with how much you use. The other day, I helped someone, actually, her credit increased 26 points, which was great. Um, but if she had managed a small credit card, $300 credit card, that was the line of credit, her balance was 291.
Mm.
So that was too much. It's a small credit card. She could easily pay that, right? So think of the credit score as the market. It goes
Mm.
up and down. It's normal. It goes up and down.
Right.
What's important is to understand what makes it go down. How can you make it go higher and keep it as high as possible? But it has to do with when the credit cards are going to report to the credit bureaus, when you make those minimum payments or when you pay extra to the principal, all of those things. And we have, like I said, the tools that we need to help clients understand all of that. So
Right. And do you recommend that consumers, such as you and I and everyone else watching here, pull their credit report once a year? And if so, by whom? Because some would say, well, Credit Sesame, don't do it. Freecreditreport.com, don't do it from there. I mean, I don't know the difference from one or another, but do you recommend that?
yes, definitely. Utilizing a credit monitoring system is so important. And many banks do it now. They offer that for you. So check with your bank. The free credit reporting, the free credit report that you can get every year is available also for most of us. We like using Smart Credit. I like all the features that Smart Credit has. Our clients have a special discount when they utilize Smart Credit. It offers a lot of different solutions and tools. So we like using it. And I can actually, next time I come back, I can show you some of those features so that people understand what's available out there. What's the difference between your regular credit score and then the auto score? Smart
Mhm.
Credit does offer that. A lot of people say, well, Credit Karma is telling me that I have 700, but I went to the car dealer and they said I had under 600 or whatever. So we can explain the difference between the different uh, apps out there or platforms out
So
there.
free isn't always good. Is that what you're saying?
There are
Try
many platforms available out there free of charge, and their focus is going to be to sell you a credit card, to sell you something. And a lot of people fall for it. They're gonna see that, oh, I might have access to a new credit card. Let me see, Credit Card might tell me this.
guilty,
And so you
guilty.
get a
Yes.
you get a credit inquiry. They might or may not get you that credit card that you're looking for because your credit is not where it should
Yep.
be.
Yep.
So people fall for that, and that's part of their marketing.
That's a trick. That's a trick. And they paint it to you. They send you the email that, oh, you have free pre-approval. You have pre-approvals to these credit cards. And then here we go, being silly, not knowing any better. we go in and get it, and then the next thing you know is you got denied. But now you got this inquiry. Now you got the alert saying there's been a change in your score because of the inquiry. Now I know that when you go when you go car shopping, 9, 10, 12, 15 different financial companies or financial institutions pull your credit report to find the loan for you. Ouch. That's a lot of inquiries in one day when you go car shopping.
It is. You gotta be very careful, especially with car shopping. It's important. That's why I said know what your credit score is, what your auto credit score is, and go confidently to the car dealership and negotiate knowing that. They don't have to pull your credit if you know what it is, if you have an idea. So I have been able to help people dispute credit inquiries, sometimes 16.
Wow.
Sometimes 9, sometimes 3, but every credit inquiry could be an average of 5 points. So imagine if you have 10 credit inquiries where you didn't end up getting any credit, but it's there, it's affecting you, it's lowering your credit 50 points. 50 points could be that you are now over 6%,
Wow.
over 700, I'm sorry, 600 or 700%. So it can make a big difference for some people. So yeah, very careful with car dealerships and their
So
we're gonna no matter
we're
what.
gonna talk about that on another day, but because we need to start saving money and knowing what to do with our money and when to do with our money, because there are ways that you can actually make money of your money and create your own bank, not a bank account, create your own bank and put that money in there and let that money grow as in compound interest, which I'm going to bring a show on that one, compound interest. And instead of having your money sit on a regular account, savings account, or a CD, let your money grow. It's time that you learn about financial literacy. Many people, Normita, don't know anything about what's a credit score. Well, what are the credit bureaus? What are they? And I have medical bills can go pile up in collections, and sometimes you may not even know that you have 2-3 different collection agencies trying to collect the same account 3 times on your credit report. 3 different agencies trying to collect the same account, the same creditor 3 times. And if you never pull your credit report, you'll never know, but you'll just keep getting denied, declined, denied, not approved, and not wondering what happened or why. So here we have the financial makeover expert that can help you out. Her website, or it's right here, normazambrano.com. And she speaks fluent Spanish, ¿verdad que sí?
Sí, hablo español. De hecho, español es mi primer idioma. Inglés es mi segundo idioma. English is my second language, but yes, I do speak Spanish. So anybody that needs help in Spanish, ya saben, aquí estamos para ayudarle. Me quiero despedir, Eve, con una frase de Martin Luther King, because this week we're celebrating that, right? In the beginning of this week. And one of my favorite ones is faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. I think that if God showed us the opportunities, like everything in front of us, I don't know, we'll probably be like, I don't know if I can do this, God.
We'll be like,
seriously, is it me that you want to use, that you want to give this?
Really?
We have to take steps, right? And I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you again for having me, Eve. It's a pleasure to be with you and learn from you all the time. So I can't wait to come back. Let me know when.
Most definitely. No, and I would love to have you and your colleagues to come on the other show as well, on the radio live, because it's important. This type of education is not offered in the schools. So our youth are walking in blindly, going to college, racking up a credit card. We as parents aren't teaching them that. So who's going to teach them? Parents, you guys need to learn as well. You have not because you've asked not. So here we're bringing the experts, we're bringing the shows that's going to teach you. So I hope you enjoyed this lunch and learn with our wonderful financial makeover expert, Norma Zambrano. Hasta la próxima. Thank you so much for coming on Real Talk with E.V.E. Nos vemos. And you guys heard it from our financial makeover expert. She's been on previously, and she's just brings a wealth of information, and we have to take notes, okay? And with that, I gotta go. Got places to go, people to see, and things to do because the world goes round and round, and there's always someone in need. Till next time, thank you for watching Real Talk with E.V.E.